Hey, this is Mark Menendez here out on the lake with you, and I want to talk to you a little bit about square bills. Square bill baits have been around a long time, and it's basically the first design of a crankbait years ago. We're getting a new resurgence in square bills and a lot more attention to square bills because major tournaments have been won here recently on them, the Bassmasters Classic to name one. Square bill is basically what it is. Square bill bait has a downward angle instead of an angle straight out of the bill, out of the body with the bill. The downward angle creates a very wide wobble to it. This is a KVD 1.5 that also, when you're winding it back to the boat, will kind of search, kind of do something a little erratic. That's what you're trying to do. The crankbait itself is very pretty when you wind it in, but you want to throw it into the heart of the cover, wind it, bounce it off of all the cover, and cause deflections. Deflections do things to bass they can't stand it. It's an abnormal thing that happens in the lake. When that bait hits that and moves, it causes that bass to react to it. A couple other little techniques about the bait that you need to do is make repetitive casts. If you have a lay down on the bank and you make a nice cast in there, retrieving it through there, bouncing it on the piece of wood there, he may or may not eat that. But you make multiple repetitive casts to that same area that you define as the strike zone, and it may be the 5th cast, it may be the 10th cast. I've seen it as high as the 20th cast to get that bass to react on pressured waters. Secondary to that, I will go to its big brother. The closer we get to fall, I will go to the 2.5. You can see that there's a major difference in size. When they're feeding on gizzard shad, this big bait moves more water and is a bigger presence in the water column. It also is better in dirty water because it being bigger, it moves a lot of water and they can find it easier. This chartreuse and black is a classic color. I use a lot of gizzard shad colors with white bellies, and I use some with red when the water really gets ugly. Tackle for our technique, a good cranking rod. I use a 6.6, which is very accurate, a 641 loose speed spool, and heavy line. 15 to 20 to sometimes 25-pound line to dictate the level in which I'll allow that bait to dive. The bigger the line, the shallower that bait will go. Find the heaviest cover on your lake in the back of the bays in the fall, get that bait in there, cover many different angles, and you too will catch them on a square bill.